I'll tell you one quick story. Going to the hospital in Germany, Landstuhl Medical Center, back in 2003. It was my first trip to a military hospital. I knew I was going to see banged up people, and I was apprehensive. I had a kind of knots in my stomach. How am I gonna deal with this? How am I gonna feel? And I walked into a room. The first thing that happened was I pulled up and I got out of the car, and a bus like wheeled up to the door, and all of a sudden soldiers started piling out of the hospital and started unloading the wounded who had just landed in an airplane coming in from Iraq. And I just stood there and watched our people work to get those people out of the bus and into the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And it was wow. Okay, there they are. They're all wired up. They've got tubes coming out of them and everything like that. This is real now. And then they took me into a room, and there were a bunch of banged up folks in there, but they were going to get patched up and sent back to the battlefield. It was burns, it was scratches, it was, things that were not going to keep them in the hospital and send them home. They were going to get patched up for a while and then go back. And I walked into that room, and I was like, what? There's 30 guys in here, and they've all got a 1,000-yard stare. They're all quiet. It's very somber in there. Nobody's happy and everything. And then one of them looked up and saw me. I'm standing there, and I'm kind of geeky with my USO hat and stuff. And one of them screamed, "Lieutenant Dan." And then the rest of them started looking and standing up and coming over to me. And the whole mood changed. I mean, it was just like happy all of a sudden from really sad, really somber, really not feeling good to everything changed. And it was Lieutenant Dan. They didn't know what my name was. And so I'm taking pictures, and they're smiling. I'm signing things, and, I'm making them feel good just by showing up. And then I walked out of there, and now we're going to go upstairs to the hospital rooms, and we're going to see, we're going to meet some really banged up folks that are going to be sent home. But I came out of that. I walked into that room thinking about myself. How am I going to deal with this? I'm feeling kind of sick, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what's it going to do to me to see wounded guys and all that stuff? I walked out of that room, and I thought, that's why I'm here. I'm not here to think about myself and what I'm going to feel about it. I'm here to change somebody's day, to make sense, to improve somebody's day who deserves it. And that's what I took into the hospital rooms, and then hundreds of visits over the years. I really learned that it's not about me at all. It's not about what I think of my own performance, or, what I think of my own TV show or my own career. To somebody else, it means something a lot, to see somebody like you, who they see on television. Being on TV is not something everybody does. Most people don't do that. And when they meet somebody that is on TV, it can be kind of special and significant. But I remember feeling like that. It's not that special. I don't feel like that. But then I realized, what? It is unique. It is. And especially if you do something that somebody appreciates, and our wounded guys and our veterans appreciate the story of Lieutenant Dan. And I realized pretty early on, I'm gonna be living with this for a while.